Hey friends, Miss Jana here with week 22, day 2 of the Bible Review for Kids. Yesterday we learned about a prophet named Jonah who did not want to do as God had commanded him to do. In fact, he ran in the opposite direction just to avoid it. But that was no match for God. Our story stopped with Jonah, who had been in the belly of a giant fish, praying to God and then being spit out. Let's read together in Jonah chapter 3, verses 1 through 5, and then down to verse 10 to see how this story ends. A message from the Lord came to Jonah a second time. The Lord said, "Go to the great city of Nineveh. Announce to its people the message I give you." Jonah obeyed the Lord. He went to Nineveh. It was a very large city. In fact, it took about 3 days to go through it. Jonah began by going one whole day into the city. As he went, he announced, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed." The people of Nineveh believed God's warning, so they decided not to eat any food for a while, and all of them put on the rough clothing people wear when they're sad. That's what everyone did, from the least important of them to the most important. God saw what they did. He saw that they stopped doing what was evil, so he took pity on them. He didn't destroy them as he had said he would. After Jonah was spit out, God spoke to him once again. He repeated his instruction for Jonah to go to the city of Nineveh. This time, Jonah obeyed. Jonah went boldly into the city and cried out, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed." He walked throughout Nineveh, warning of God's judgment on the city. The people listened and believed what Jonah told them. They proclaimed a fast to repent of their wickedness. When the king heard about Jonah's message, he became aware of the ways he had disobeyed God. The king was so sorry for his wickedness, he took off his rich royal garments. Then he put on sackcloth and sat in ashes, pleading with God to show mercy. All over the city, people followed the example of the king and pleaded with God to forgive them. God heard their prayers, and because he is a God of mercy, he spared them and did not destroy Nineveh. Psalm 100 verse 5 tells us that the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and I'm so glad that's the case. God gave Jonah and the people of Nineveh a second chance, and he gives us a second chance too. When we follow God like Jonah did, we will lead other people to him. Jonah is an example for us to follow when we look at his act of obedience. When you respond today, ask God to help you to act in obedience to follow him, and in doing so, lead others to him. Keep growing stronger and wiser, pleasing God and making friends. See you next time.